Good morning, OKM. 7:48. Happy Tuesday to you. You know, when you need to get out in that lawn, when you want to make it look like a beautiful oasis, or maybe you want it to be quite bosky. Yeah. You can, because Drum Landscape Supply has over 10,000 offerings. Jason and his team offering delivery to all of Lake Norman, so be sure to ask them about that. Good morning, Jason. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. Doing well. Hope everybody else is.
It's a beautiful sunny morning here. Temperature certainly getting warmer and warmer as the days move along. Are the plants, in your opinion, happy today?
Well, I went and talked to them earlier this morning, and they told me yes, they were happy. Here at my house, at least, we got some more rain, probably about another quarter inch overnight last night. So, that is it's great for plants. Although you do have to watch out for fungus this time of year, because those evening rains and warmer temperatures certainly invite fungal growth in your lawn and landscape.
Now, when you say fungus, is that like it looks like toe jam, or is it more of like you're talking about like weeds and things like that start growing in your lawn? How do we know if our lawn has fungus?
Yeah, so you're mostly going to see it in your cool season grasses, which would be your tall fescue, your traditional lawns in this area. So the fungus actually will show up sometimes as what you call mycelium, which looks like a cobweb almost. You see it this time of the morning, and you're looking for circular patterns in your lawn. They could be small circles, 6 inches in diameter up to 10 feet in diameter if it gets really bad. But yeah, you'll see that little cobweb-like thing called mycelium around the edges, and that is a definite indicator of having fungus, which is most of the time brown patch in our area.
All right. So to prevent it, it's an application of something, I assume, early on in the year, and then something in kind of the middle of the year. Do I have that right as far as the options?
You're close there. Yeah. So I recommend preventative if you've had fungal problem in the past. It's not one of those things like a pre-emergent weed control that I think everybody needs. But if you've had problems with it in the past, the best way to attack it is to use a preventative fungicide. And you do that usually the first application around the middle of May. And then you might follow it up 30 days later with another application, because these fungicides work really well, but they only work for about 28 days or so. So 2 preventative applications, if you've had in the past, should get you through the summer. You really do want to watch out for it. But the best thing about preventative is you use about half the product as you would have to if you have a severe outbreak of it and have to use the curative rate. So, a little bit of prevention will save you in the long run.
And will it create like the brown spots, you know what I mean? Like throughout my lawn too, where it's going to be looking kind of like, leprosy or like kind of funky there in my grass for a while?
Yeah, that sounds like it. Circular patterns, large and small, kind of spread over your lawn. That's the number one indicator. If it's just a little splotchy, or if it's kind of mixed in, if there's no circular patterns, it may just be a little drought stress. But the mycelium in the mornings is the giveaway of what it certainly is, because it can be a little bit difficult to see and to know what it is. But we're glad to help people out at Drum Landscape Supply to identify. Do you need to treat it with fungicide, or do you just need to let it go? And so if you're seeing brown spots in your lawn, or at least in our area, we've had some good rain in the past month, so it's probably not drought stress. You might need to look into it a little further. And, folks are welcome to text pictures to our 704-253-7010 number. We get text and pictures there now, and or you're glad to stop by. So we want to help you, help your lawn be the best it can be.
A lot of options, over 10,000 offerings. Word of the day today, Jason, was bosky, and it means wooded and covered in shrubs and trees. But we got into a debate about shrubs and bushes. Are those the same thing? Are those words interchangeable with each other?
I would say so, yeah. So, the proper term, you might say, would be shrub. But bushes, we hear all kinds of things. But yeah, I would say shrubs and bushes are the same thing. And, the difference of those between a perennial And a tree is going to be that the stems are going to be woody, almost like a small tree trunk in a way. And so perennials may not be, that the hardwood, it might just be a little bit softer there. And then trees, of course, grow much larger. So, yep, bushes, trees, shrubs. We hear a little bit of everything over at Drum Landscape Supply.
You got it all. You even have the hardscape options. I'm so grateful for the area we live in, how we have, the rainfall we do and the water accessibility we do. Places like California, they do like whole like yards of stone, right? Like I think they do like you can do like your whole yard. Is that trend happening at all? Like just people just pure like rock gardens or no grass? Do you ever see that or get that request for that option?
Yeah, I mean, some folks, especially with smaller lawns, they're not looking to do the regular maintenance of mowing. So a popular option is more and more popular is to put artificial turf in there. And they're getting nicer and nicer, more realistic looking. And those are installed on a gravel base, usually a small pea gravel or what you call rock dust, which is like a granite sand. And then, tamped down, stretched, and put in place. And they'll usually last anywhere from 10 to 20 years. So that is becoming more popular for smaller areas, area you might not want to get a lawnmower in there. But yeah, as far as the rock goes, that is our number one increase in sales is our stone aggregates. So that does include all of our gravels, though. So that includes driveway gravel, but more and more people are looking to go towards river rock as a mulch replacement. And I have a little bit of mixed feelings about that because some plants really don't like being set in rock, like azaleas, things of that nature, especially things that are going to have big blooms on them because the extra heat generated from the rock can be a little tough on them. So in non-planting areas, I think rock's a great choice. And in certain shrubs like junipers, cryptomerias, things that can really take the heat, it's fine. But we get more and more people showing us, issues they're having. And, it's either planted directly in some rock or it's out in the full sun. So there's considerations to take, but it is a good substitute that's pretty much permanent.
I've seen also the like really big decorative rocks. You know what I mean? Like the Mondo rocks. Does Drumland, do you guys have those as well for people if they want them?
Yeah, we have a big supply of boulders. Actually, you're getting a shipment picked up out in Tennessee either today or tomorrow, and that's something that's become more and more popular. I have quite a few in my lawn out there, and when strategically placed and not made to look like you got tombstones out in your lawn, they can really add to the aesthetic and make it look mountainous if that's what you're looking for. And we got a huge supply of them. And funny story is, when we first opened a little over 14 years ago, my business partners at the time wondered what in the world I was doing bringing these big rocks in there. And I told them, just wait. And that's been one of our signature items that we've had ever since we've opened up now.
I could imagine my kids love when they see the big boulders because they'll climb on them and stuff too.
Yeah. But I don't have to fit it in my hatchback either because you guys deliver all around Lake Norman, right?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we do have our flatbed truck with a forklift on it, so we can go place it. We don't set boulders necessarily in your landscape, but we can place them off our truck into your lawn or set a pallet of stone, where you need to go if you're going to do a patio or whatnot. And we're glad to do that all over the Lake Norman area. In fact, we'll be heading down that way today.
All right. Jason Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop. Jason, it's getting warmer out as we move through June. Do we need to move up on the cutter, you think, as far as for the lawn to kind of keep it sharp, keep the water going and flowing? Or what's your recommendation of how to keep it prim and proper right now?
Yeah, I would say you're right. Now is the time of the year where we're really, we had a pretty cool May. June is starting to heat up some. Temperatures in the 80s is when you do need to go ahead and move that setting up on your lawnmower a little bit, especially if you have a fescue lawn. And the reason for that is, the more leaf blade that's there, the more water it will retain, but also the taller the canopy of the grass, the more moisture the lawn will retain because it's shading it. So there's a few reasons there to do it. And, mowing your fescue at about 3.5 to 4 inches right now will it'd be kind of like a safety net versus mowing it lower, because it's just more drought tolerant and will help you in the long run.
Jason Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop. Jason, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Looking forward to chatting with you at the end of the week, sir.
All right. Great to be here, and I hope everybody has a wonderful week.
Absolutely. You too. Drive safe with those big old boulders on the back of the flatbed, too. My goodness.
Yeah, don't worry. We keep them strapped down.
Jason Drum Landscape Supply, drumlandscapesupply.com, your local one-stop landscape shop. Coming up next hour, we got Christine Patterson. She's the Director of Experience and Engagement for the town of Mooresville. She's also the host of I Heart Mooresville. It airs every Tuesday from 11 to noon. Excited to see what's going on in her world. Crucial Fire was last week.
It was.
We'll see how that show went, and some shows coming up. Some great shows coming up in Mooresville. Mooresville continues to impress many different ways.
Absolutely.
Also, Terry Jelwicks of the Macintosh Law Firm, MacintoshLawFirm.com, located in Davidson, North Carolina. But Bob has put together a all-star team to help you with whatever your legal needs may be. You don't want to have to deal with an attorney all the time, that's fine. But when you do, you want to know who the best of the best is. And we'll connect you with the Macintosh Law Firm. Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, we're hanging out with him at 8:45.
Marksville Trumpet's more than that. Experience hands make your dream complete. Drum Landscape Supply, your garden suite. The season changes, plants need tending. Drunk out the tool, there's no pretending. When moss is sown and flowers blight, they'll help you make your garden rise. In every town